What's up, guys? Grayson Marner back again with Aggie Talks. So today we're going to talk about NIL deals, which is name, image, and likeliness. And so today we're going to get some opinions on some Aggies. So here we go. The first one. Great to see you again.
Thanks for having me.
You want to do a little introduction?
My name is Sean Niesmeyer. I attended high school with Grayson and played football with him, and we're going to talk about some NIL deals.
Yeah, here we go. My next person is Maddie McLean. Nice to see you again.
Nice to see you.
You want to do a little introduction?
Yes, my name is Maddie McLean. I was actually at the rival school, and I think today's going to be very interesting in what we're going to talk about.
All right, guys, I put some headphones in there so we can hear a little clearer. But, yeah, so we're basically just going to break down, how they feel about NIL because it's changed so much over the last couple years, and we're just going to go through it. So, do you know what NIL deals are?
NIL's name, image, and likeness, correct?
Yeah.
So, these athletes get money from either companies or schools or whoever and pay them to endorse their brand.
Yeah, that sounds about right. What do you think?
Yeah, NIL deals from what I've heard of through like TikTok, Instagram, and all that. It's just like whenever a student athlete gets paid for either their name or their game and how well they play. And yeah, that's basically like what I think it is.
Okay, so as we know that many of these big-time athletes now coming out of high school are getting paid these big-time dollars, and this has changed, I think it was 4 years ago. And so many of these kids come in, they're 18, 19 years old, and they get paid big-time money before they even step on a field, track, court, whatever it may be. So I'm just going to go in and ask you another question about this. Do you think that NIL affects the transfer portal?
I think it does, and in schools like big schools, powerhouse schools, for example, football is Alabama, LSU. They have a huge crowd coming to their games every time. They got just more opportunity to be endorsed by a brand. So I think that most students or student athletes would gravitate towards a bigger school where they can get more exposure to possibly get an NIL deal.
Oh, that's 100% true. I mean, with these big-time facilities that they're paying a lot of money on, these big sponsors like Nike, Adidas, and Under Armour, I mean, it's a lot to attract. I mean, I know myself as a kid, I want to be wearing Adidas. I want to be, with all the cool stuff. I want to be at the best school and play with the best coaches and stuff like that. So, I mean, with this transfer portal, if you aren't familiar, but transfer portal is a way to transfer schools to play sports at another school because you don't like where you're at, or maybe you just want a better school to, get, like he said, more views, get NIL money. So now you, Maddie, do you think that schools with more money have an advantage in getting better players?
Yeah, I definitely think they do. For instance, like how you were saying with Alabama is a top-tier school. They're amazing at their sports. They're known well-rounded and all of that. So I definitely think that the schools with more money and people who donate more money have the opportunity to spread their funds around. Or if they're really wanting someone, that they're able to put more money towards that person. And personally, I think that's just unfair because college sports are about playing your game. And I just feel that if someone's getting offered more money to go somewhere, if they weren't getting offered that money, would they actually have gone there? So I feel like it definitely changes people's opinions and perspective on what school they want to go to. And I just feel like it changes a lot of money. When you put money into the game, it changes everything.
Oh, it definitely does. I mean, last question. Sean, do you think that, that these, people should get paid before they even play a snap? Like, most of these guys are getting these big-time money before, you even know if they're a great player. So how do you feel about that?
I think that, being 18, 19 years old and being handed close to $1 million would definitely get to your head. And I think that, they could be arrogant and stuff like that. So maybe if they were to impose restrictions on
The price.
on NIL.
Yeah.
Maybe have a price restriction or a revenue restrictions of how much money they can receive, or
Longer contracts with
Right.
more separated money. maybe.
or an age restriction. Don't let these 18-year-old kids, you seeing freshmen all the time, get all this money
Make mistakes,
and make
do
stupid
dumb- yeah.
mistakes. Even on A&M's football team. So
No, I know for sure. What do you think about that, Maddie? Do you think that there should be maybe a restriction or something? Or
Yeah, because I feel like it would get really confusing. Like, if you're offered, say, $2 million to play, what if you get drafted after some crazy thing happens? You get drafted after a year or 2 years. That college put all that money into that one player, and then now they're gone. So I feel like there definitely needs to be some restrictions with NIL deals for sure.
no, 100%. So thank you guys so much for coming and answering a couple of my questions. And that'll be it for Aggie Talks today, guys. Thank you so much.